The commuter rush begins in Stockholm, with little evidence of concern about Sweden's mounting coronavirus crisis. It's just a couple of months since the decision not to impose a lockdown seemed to be working. But with a second wave of the pandemic building momentum, it could be a long, cold winter ahead for the approach that has been dubbed the Swedish model.
We've been getting more and more patient with COVID, and the procedures of taking optimal care of them, we are late with that. The epidemic goes in front of us, and we are far behind.
Sweden's government is starting to impose tougher restrictions. No more than 8 people can now attend official events, while pubs and restaurants are banned from serving alcohol after 10 p.m. There are new limits on visits to old people's homes after infections again started spreading rapidly in places where thousands died in the spring.
The government will continue to take all necessary decisions to reduce the spread of infection. Sweden's strength in this crisis, however, is that every person takes their responsibility, does their duty for their fellows and for our country.
That personal responsibility has been at the heart of Sweden's fight against the pandemic. But now many are questioning whether people should be forced to comply with tougher measures, including having to wear masks, something that most Swedes have so far shunned. That's after the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences released a report showing that masks could prevent the spread of infection indoors.
What we found so far clearly supports the fact that masks will have a positive effect in diminishing, if not exactly preventing, the spread of virus.
But that's in contrast to recommendations made by the Public Health Agency and the chief epidemiologist Anders Tegnell, who has repeatedly said masks can make people more careless about social distancing. Not everyone has listened, with mask sales tripling at one pharmacy chain in November. Even if the government does bow to pressure on masks, that could be as far as it's prepared to go. The so-called Swedish model may be under some pressure, but a full lockdown is unlikely and perhaps even impossible. Such a measure is guarded against by the Swedish constitution that protects citizens' freedoms even in a time of crisis.